Chelsea's Callum HudsonOdoi, close to joining Bayer Leverkusen. Callum HudsonOdoi looks set to leave Chelsea on loan this summer, with Bundesliga side Bayern Leverkusen currently winning the race. Throughout the whole summer transfer window, Callum HudsonOdoi has been linked with a move away from Stamford Bridge. The 21-year-old was injured for a large majority of the last campaign, but after returning, he seems to have fallen out of favour with Thomas Tuchel. So much so, that HudsonOdoi has been actively pushing for a move away this summer. Premier League clubs such as Newcastle United, Leicester City and Southampton have all been trying to sign him. It's not just English clubs after his signature too, with reports claiming that Sevilla and Borussia Dortmund, among others, have all been in contact with Chelsea about him. However, according to Sky Sports journalist Darmesh Sheth, HudsonOdoi is close to joining German side Bayern Leverkusen on a season-long loan. His brother, Bradley HudsonOdoi, and his father, who are his agents, are currently in advanced talks with Leverkusen about the deal. The report also claims that the German side look to have beaten out as many as 20 clubs who were interested in the 21-year-old. Darmesh claims that there is still work to be done, but there is willingness from all parties to get the deal completed. Leicester City reject Chelsea's third bid of £70 million for Wesley Fofana. Leicester City have rejected Chelsea's third bid of £70 million for Wesley Fofana, according to reports. Chelsea have already seen offers of both £50 million and £60 million for Fofana turned down by Leicester, and it's understood that the Foxes are holding out for at least £80 million. According to The Telegraph, Leicester have snubbed Chelsea's latest bid as they consider the add-ons unrealistic and difficult to achieve. The report claims that Thomas Tuchel has identified Fofana as his priority candidate to strengthen Chelsea's defence. Leicester have yet to sign a player in the summer transfer window and have been reliant on sales in order to strengthen the squad. But the Foxes are in a strong negotiating position with Fofana, as the 21-year-old still has 5 years remaining on his current contract. After being dropped for Leicester's 2-1 defeat to Southampton last weekend, Brendan Rodgers admitted Fofana was not in the right frame of mind to feature. It certainly wasn't right for him to play today after everything over the course of the week, so we have a look at it and we'll see where we're at for next week, said Rodgers. This is a good kid who's had so much to think about, and this has come on to him very quickly. He's young, he'll make mistakes, but I need to ensure I have the right mentality in the team and that every player here wants to play for Leicester City 100%, and I'll assess that as we go along. Everton ask for Chelsea to include Conor Gallagher or Armando Broja in Anthony Gordon deal. Everton have asked Chelsea to include Conor Gallagher or Armando Broja on loan as part of their deal to sign Anthony Gordon, according to reports. Chelsea have seen multiple offers for Gordon rejected by Everton, but it's understood the Merseyside club would accept a £60 million fee. It's understood that Gordon has already asked Everton to allow his move to Chelsea, with Thomas Tuchel making the 21-year-old one of his priority targets in the closing stages of the transfer window. According to TalkSport, Everton have now asked Chelsea if they would be willing to include either Gallagher or Broja on loan as part of Gordon's transfer. Gallagher has started only one of Chelsea's 3 Premier League games this season, while Broja is yet to feature as he is sidelined with an injury. When asked for an update on Gordon's situation, Lampard said after Everton's win over Fleetwood Town in the Carabao Cup on Tuesday evening, "Nothing more than when I did my press conference, after Notts Forest and before, he's our player. Everyone knows there's interest from Chelsea, it's very public now, but he's our player. It's as simple as that. The reason he was on the bench is because he had a bit of an issue with his heel after the game against Forest. We kept him out of it completely unless he was absolutely needed tonight. I didn't feel he was." Asked if Gordon has requested to leave Everton, Lampard replied, "I'm never going into conversations between what he and Anthony have. We have a good relationship. I won't even go there." Asked if he wants a quick resolution, Lampard replied, "Yeah, ideally, or carry on, and he's our player, so that's what it is." Manchester United won't sell Harry Maguire to Chelsea despite Erik ten Hag dropping club captain. Erik ten Hag wants to keep Harry Maguire at Manchester United this season, with the club rejecting Chelsea's interest in the defender. Doubts over Maguire's future at Old Trafford have emerged, with ten Hag dropping the club captain for Monday's clash against Liverpool. Rafael stepped in to provide perhaps his best display in a United shirt, with his partnership with summer signing Lisandro Martinez showing plenty of early promise. Ten Hag spoke glowingly of the France international following the 2-1 win over Jurgen Klopp's side, suggesting he will have a key role to play under the Dutchman. But the Times reports Maguire still figures in the manager's plans, with Ten Hag planning to rotate his centre-halves throughout the season. Chelsea have registered their interest in signing the 29-year-old, viewing him as an alternative to Wesley Fofana, who has been the subject of 3 bids from Stamford Bridge, all rejected by the Foxes. United, however, do not want to sell their 29-year-old, who is also ready to fight for his future. Chelsea make contact with AC Milan for Rafael Leao. With Chelsea looking to freshen up their attack, Chelsea have inquired about Rafael Leao's availability and whether they could prize him out of Italy. Duncan Castles reported early yesterday evening that the Blues had begun to work on a deal to bring the Portuguese winger to Stamford Bridge as the transfer window enters its last 8 days. The 23-year-old's 2021-22 season was the best of his career as he scored 11 goals and assisted 10 in the league as AC Milan won Serie A. His numbers are something that Chelsea are dreaming of, as their current attack has struggled to hit its expected heights, both last season and at the start of this campaign. As of now, there has been no official offer for the winger, with the Rossoneri, according to Fabrizio Romano, seeing Leao as a key part of their future. As a result, the Italian giants aren't too keen to negotiate a move for their star player, and it looks like, with so little time left in the window, that Chelsea will have to pay the release clause for the player if they are to secure his signature, which stands at £128 million. The potential for a deal to be struck will be further complicated by the fact that Leao has 2 years left on his current deal, which is still his original contract that he signed when he joined Milan in 2019 from Lille for £19 million. Leao adds to the list of attacking players that Chelsea are targeting in the window's final week, with deals for Anthony Gordon and Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang looking like they will be completed in the next few days. European clubs take interest in Trevoh Chalobah. Several top European clubs are keen on the services of Trevoh Chalobah as Chelsea look to change up their defence as the new season kicks off. The young defender has been on the bench for all 3 of Chelsea's opening Premier League games, and it looks like he could be on the move before next Wednesday's deadline. Football London's Adam Newson has reported that Tottenham, Aston Villa, Inter Milan, Roma and even some Bundesliga teams have asked for Chalobah on loan. Chalobah's potential departure comes as a surprise to many Chelsea fans, with the 23-year-old impressing last year, making 20 league appearances and cementing a place in the first team after his 2020-21 loan to Lorient in France, for whom he played 30 times for. Towards the back end of last season, however, his performances took a slight dip, with the Sierra Leone-born defender looking slightly out of sorts, and as Wesley Fofana edges closer to joining Chelsea from Leicester City, Chalobah's lengthy spell out of the team could see him shipped out for some extra game time. On the other hand, with Koulibaly's sending off against Leeds at the weekend and Thiago Silva unlikely to play every game this season at 37 years of age, Chalobah's age and potential, which he clearly showed last season, could be invaluable for Chelsea's centre-back department once the European and further domestic exploits begin soon. No clubs have been reported to have made any serious attempts to sign Chalobah as of yet, but a lot can happen in the final week of the window, as clubs across Europe look to strengthen ahead of what could be one of the most unpredictable seasons in recent memory, with the Qatar World Cup set to bring an unusual halt to the season in November.